Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to day 5 of our February challenge, Share the Love. We are on day 5 of these beautiful tangles that include hearts. So I have these printouts that I created. You can do yours in a journal, a drawing book, whatever you have. But if you would like these handouts, they are linked below in the description of this video. So I've got this one, and then I have another piece that's just an 8.5 by 11 that I'm calling a poster that we're adding all of the tangles to. All right, and I have my gold paint pen, a black pen, a red pen, and then my pencil and blending tool. All right, so this one is one that I stumbled across, and I'm not even sure, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy who created this, and then at the top of their page they had 3 different spellings of it. So very cool one. I just don't know if it was ever officially decided on. So anyway, it is called Gayt, and it is by, let me see if I can spell this right. Okay, I think I need to do some more research on this person, if they're a CZT, I'm not sure. Right, so this one is another one that can be used as kind of a cluster or as a border, okay? So I think I'm gonna do 2 examples of it here. So we're gonna put a line down here. And then we're going to make a nice size heart with that center line being the half point. And then on the inside here, we're just going to swoop down and add a spiral. And then swoop down the other side and add a spiral. Then the next one, we're going to do the same thing, but upside down. And then add those spirals. And then another one. And add the spirals. And I'm just going to pretend that there's one more going down here. And I could even put in the top of where one would be over here. Okay, so this is going from right side up to upside down and just flipping them as you go. And the other way is just putting them all the same way. Adding in those little curves. And then of course you can enhance these with anything you want. So you could put in some fescue. You could put, I'll just do fescue for right now. And of course you could always aura it or add some orbs. So in the January challenge, the Fragment of Your Imagination challenge, I completed each of these as if it was like a completed tile. So I would add orbs and auras and do some shading, and it was so fun. And on these, I'm doing this part kind of quickly just to show you what the tangle is, and then our finished product with the shading and everything is when we move to the bigger piece. So feel free to add more to these to kind of complete them if you'd like. All right, let's put this one on our larger piece. Here we go, it's looking quite beautiful. That heart shape is so elegant. Okay, so one of the examples that person gave, I thought was kind of a cool way to do this, is to put these hearts into boxes. So we're going to do that in this section over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sort of make a square area, and I kind of wanted to do 4, but it might just be the 3. So 3 squares, and then I'm going to bring this down to sort of square that off. And then I'm going to add an aura to each of these lines. Okay, now we're just going to put in the heart, and I want it to fill up as much of this space as I can. So I'm going to start with a little like center point here, not center to the whole square, just center to that top line. And I'm going to make my heart touch the edges and come down to the center of the next part there. So I'm going to go touch the edges and come down, touch the edges and come down. Do the same thing here. I'm going to put a mark on that bottom center where I want to land. And this one I'm going to try to make it a little bit less like poofy and roundish and a little more just straight right there. So it gives us a little more space here to play in. And this one, of course, is going to tuck underneath those flowers, and we're just going to let it. I'm going to put in that center line because I think that is a really cool part of this tangle. I draw hearts all the time and I don't usually put a line through them, so I like that, that way of doing it. Okay, and then we're going to curl each side. And I like to kind of follow that line of the heart down before I do the curl, just to help guide me into where it's going to land. And then we're going to put in these little stripes in the corners. Doesn't that look so cool? I love mixing kind of curvy, elegant lines with straight lines. I'm going to pick up my red pen, and we're just going to do a little bit of adding some things on here. So I thought it would be cool to ink in this spot or this area up on top and make that red. You don't have to do this, but if you'd like to. You could always do the heart red if you would like. And then we can also use our red pen to add some little details inside these lines. So I'm just going to pick one and I'm going to add, I don't have my glasses on, let's see if I can do this. Add a zigzag. Maybe I will fully color in one of those sections. You could even do some tiny little striping. So pretty. All right, I'm going to pick up my pencil. And to shade this one, there's lots of options, and I think one of them would be to go around the inside of this whole area. But we've got so many colors and lines and texture happening that I don't think I want to do that. I think what I'm going to do is just put a little bit down that center line, and then just the tiniest bit underneath these little spirals. And then from that center line, I'm going to push it out on both sides, and then just underneath those spirals a little bit. So it just gives that heart, kind of looks like it's dipping down in the center, and that those spirals are maybe creating a little shadow. And then I'm going to go along the outside of our heart and flower over here because it overlaps this one. And if you don't add a shadow, it just kind of is hard on the eyes. It just sort of looks like it's hard to tell where one line ends and one begins. So I'm going to put in graphite all around that outside edge there where it goes over the other one. I'm just going to give that the slightest little pull out. And that shadow just lifts this tangle up and pushes this one behind. There we go. What do you guys think so far? We've already done 5 days. I think it looks pretty amazing. All right, we'll see you tomorrow for January 6th. Thank you. Bye-bye.